you go back and look, when you were at Bama, you got hurt, and they had a bunch of running backs, and you couldn't kind of break through. And then you go to a junior college, Alvin. Was there ever a moment for you that you doubted yourself and you thought, damn, this thing ain't going to work out for me?
I wouldn't say it was a moment of doubt. I would just say it was a moment of uncertainty. It was like, man, I go from Alabama to a junior college, and it's like, you don't know basically when that moment's going to come where, you get back to that elite level of being D1 or, just being at a point where you can see your dreams. Like at a JUCO, I kind of lost focus or lost sight of my dreams for a little bit, but, I just kind of made it a point of, the utmost like interest to stay focused and go there and do exactly what I got to do. And that's get back to where I know I should be at. And that's, at a D1 level.
Well, you went to Tennessee, and then you were very, very profoundly impactful there, and then you go to the NFL. It's interesting. September, you signed a big extension, a lot of money, and you deserved every penny of it. You're a star running back. But running backs, as you know, Alvin, everybody's always like, oh, watch out. Don't pay a running back. Oh, watch out. When you hear that before you got your contract, what do you think?
Man, I'm like, I guess I just got to be the running back that gets paid, to prove that the running backs deserve to get paid. That's always been an issue in our league. People just tend to feel that running backs, they can get them anywhere, and I don't think that's the case. We see it right now in our league with the talent that we have at the running back position. There's guys that are transcending the game. You got the Christian McCaffreys, you got Dalvin Cooks, you got, Derrick Henrys that are doing amazing things week in and week out, and consistently every year. So, I think at our position, we deserve to get paid. I hope I did our group justice, by, not only signing the big deal, but proving that, it was worth, them the Saints giving me that deal.
Yeah, well, it is. They're not the same team without you because you can also catch the ball, which is huge, and not all backs can do that. So Drew Brees just retired, and it's funny. Joey and I were talking about this. Last couple of years, we've seen multiple teammates get very emotional. Jameis Winston cried about him, offensive linemen. And, leadership, Alvin's a hard thing to describe. Like, what is leadership? And I don't know what leadership is, but Drew did connect with guys like at a different level. Like when you got to New Orleans, Alvin, when did you notice it, just kind of Drew and his impact on guys?
Man, I think it was right when I got there in May. I think 2 days being in New Orleans, I went out with the vet guys to, catch some balls. And, obviously Drew was out there. And, I've watched Drew Brees play, obviously. Never met him. So this is my first time meeting Drew. He's about to throw me the ball. And I'm like, dang, I'm out here with Drew Brees. And these dudes like, all right. And he's like, Alvin, what's up? He's like, hey, have you ever run a whatever route it was? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, all right, come on, line up, run this. I run it. He's like, yeah, that's good. He was like, but next time, just break it down a little bit earlier and, give me your eyes, give me your eyes. I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm like, dang, this is Drew Brees. He just chilling like, he hasn't won a Super Bowl and he hasn't been in the league for X amount of years. And, from that moment, he's been in that moment, how helpful he was. That was throughout, my whole 4 years being in New Orleans. I think Drew, and I say this all the time, Drew is probably the reason that I was able to have the success that I've had. Like leadership, you say you don't know what it is. I don't know what it is either, but if I could define it, it would be Drew Brees. Just being able to relate to the guys on the team and being able to not only just be a teacher, but a mentor and I think he's just a light, you know what I'm saying? He inspired everybody around him. Not only by the way he played, but the way he prepared, the way he carried himself. He's retired now. And somebody asked me the other day, they was like, why haven't you commented on Drew retiring? And I'm like, I texted him privately, because, I had a lot to say, and I'm not really into the social media thing of where, oh, my gosh, post a picture of me and Drew and try to describe my feelings in 100 words. Like, I text him and told him what he meant to me. And, I guess this is my first time commenting on it, man. He's an amazing dude. And, obviously, this day is coming, but when it comes, you're like, dang, I wish he didn't retire. But Drew been playing my whole life. Damn near. So I mean, amazing career, amazing person. I mean, I'm just excited to see what he does next because, I mean, as good as he is a football player, he's a better human. And I know he got some up his sleeve.
It's interesting. I kind of think Jameis Winston's going to win the quarterback battle. It's nothing against Taysom, but I think I think the second year with Sean Payton's system, I think Jameis is talented. I just think he makes too many mistakes, and I think Sean's going to clean a lot of that stuff up. And it is now you go into the year next year, you just want the best quarterback. How do you look at the quarterback's position right now for the Saints?
Man, we got two guys. We got Jameis and Taysom on the roster. Obviously, you guys seen what Taysom can do. We've seen Jameis in Tampa, what he could do. Like you said, Colin just alluded to, just the decision making with Jameis. And I mean, like you said, year 2 with Sean Payton. I mean, he's a mastermind. I think Sean's a real quarterback whisperer. I mean, he's an offensive mega mind, and he knows how to get the best out of players. I mean, whether it be a quarterback, a receiver, anybody. So I think it's a thing where Jameis respects Sean's opinion. Sean, I think, respects Jameis as an athlete and as a man. I mean, I think he understands who Jameis is. Jameis understands who he is as a player and as a person. And I mean, that's one thing that's huge when especially at the quarterback position. I mean, it's so much about respect and being able to command the troops.
Yeah.
And I think Jameis has those qualities. Taysom also has those qualities. But if we just talking about Jameis right now, I think, like you said, with it being his second year in the program, second year being around the guys, second year being around Sean and learning the offense, he has a shot. He can go as far as he wants to go. Everybody has to rally around him.
Yeah. It's interesting, Alvin. A running back is the game is not as violent as it used to be. You can't hit quarterbacks. You can't hit receivers. The one position that you can still hit is running back. So when a season ends, do you just get away from working out? Do you just say, my body got to heal? How long do you just take off?
Oh, yeah, I disappear. It's a long season for any position. But obviously, I mean, I get hit every play, whether I'm pass protecting, running the ball, whether it's a run fake, somebody hitting me thinking I got the ball. So, I take a good amount of time just to let my body, just return to natural state. A lot of guys, some guys go right back to training after the season, I got to get better. I'm like, yeah, I got to get better, but my body has to get better before I can get better. So, I take a good amount of time off. I'm about to ramp it back up here. Probably in the next couple of days and lock back in and start getting ready.
What a pleasure. 5 years in the NFL, 4 as a Pro Bowler, led the NFL in scrimmage yards, got a big paycheck. The Saints know what they're doing, and they backed up the truck. By the way, Alvin's partnering, this is important, with Greenwood. It's a digital banking platform for Black and Latino business owners and individuals. Today, Greenwood got a $30 million investment from some of the biggest banks in America. So you're doing things in your community. Good for you, Alvin. Tell me about Greenwood.
Yeah, Colin, I got to correct you. We just closed Series A funding, and we closed at $40 million. So that's the largest in the history of fintech, which is financial tech. And like you said, we got some of the biggest banks invested. We got Bank of America, we got PNC, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, MasterCard, and all these big juggernauts in banking, they're invested in this platform that we created to basically just, close the wealth gap, like you said, it's African American and Latino focus, minority focus, but, it's going to be a platform for everybody, just to wake people up to financial literacy and give minorities and everyone banking options, because I think, and I'm just speaking for me, in my community and the Black community, there's not enough knowledge about banking and being able to get loans and how to save your money and spend your money wisely. So, this is going to be huge, and I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Alvin, you're a good dude. You're a great player, and love watching you play. Absolutely love it. And I have more than a few friends that have you on their fantasy team. You're on basically everybody's fantasy team if they can get you.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
No doubt. Appreciate you, Carl.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.